Guys, so I'm up here at the top of Brown Mountain again. This is day 11 in a row climbing up here. Well, one day I climbed halfway up, a little bit further down there, and then I had to go back. It was dark. But this is day 11. This day I chose to ride my Escar Hayduke in the 29er wheel configuration. I mean, look how beautiful that bike is. And why wouldn't you want to ride that bike? I set this up with nice wide rims and big tires, as big as tires as I could fit in there. There's really not that much clearance. Those are Terravel A-lines, the 2.5 inch, and Terravel Honchos, the 2.6 inch. Both of them, the light and supple tan wall tires. Those tan walls just really pop. I think they look great, but it's a real soft casing. You have to make sure you keep it aired up enough to not have them be squirmy on you. And of course I put rim packed on my rear wheel, and that helps it where I can run lower pressure and it's not going to pinch the tire. I don't get a pinch flat because obviously I'm running tubeless, but I get a pinch tire sometimes. It's like the tubeless version of a pinch flat, so I really got to keep them air up. But these have a really nice soft sidewall that give it a lot of suppleness, and that even when they're aired up. Now it's not that much. I only weigh 160 pounds with all my gear on, so I don't weigh that much. And I put my tire pressure down to 12.5 pounds and 12 pounds in the front, around there. But that's because I have really nice wide rims with the I-35 rims, 35 millimeter internal width. Internal width is the only millimeter that counts. The external width is meaningless. So anyway, I'm going to get ready to rip down the mountain. Day 11 in a row, trying to get up to my 4,000 mile mark for the year, for my Strava annual goal. Coming up here, it's not that many miles. I only put in 14 miles a day when I climb up here, but it's elevation. I put in a lot of elevation. It's a little over 2,000 feet a day of elevation, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you count your year when you, if you do that. I do that because I'm a weirdo, and I like to do that kind of. So let me start my heart rate monitor again. And yeah, I like to keep my data, look at my heart rate monitor, analyze my health, eat right. I don't drink beer anymore. I wasn't a big drinker before anyway, but now I just completely don't drink. And just trying to live clean and healthy. And coming up here is really part of my clean living. It makes me feel great. It makes me feel alive. So I'll run this video like this for a little bit just to give you guys an idea of how this looks. I'm gonna go a little bit slow because might be somebody coming up. It's a Friday, so I've come up here every day this week. Obviously, if I've come up here 11 days in a row, I've been coming up here every day for almost 2 weeks straight now. I'm deciding if I'll come up here on the weekends. It gets a little more crowded here on the weekends, but I don't mind. I just try to come later. If you come like right at 8 o'clock in the morning, around then, that's when, you know, everybody's coming here to do their hike and bike ride and meet up. If you come a little bit later, around 1 o'clock, there's not as many people. But then you also you have limited time for it to be warm outside. It's about 60, around 64 degrees, 65 degrees right now. So it is nice having this box fork on here, you guys. Believe me, that's one thing I miss when I ride my single speeds, besides the gears, is I miss having a nice suspension fork. So I'm thinking of building up another single speed with another box fork on it, just because I have most of the parts to build up another bike. If I buy a frame and fork, I could pretty much build it out. And I don't know, that's just a consideration I'm thinking about. Then I have to decide on which frame. And of course, Escar just came out with a new frame, and it's an Escar Jaffe. So it's a steel frame just like this one, 4130 chromoly steel. Hello. Nope.
Alright, I got one more.
Okay. 4130 chromoly steel, and butted, and I mean, it's steel. It's not going to be as light as tie, but it definitely, I like metal bikes. Steel and tie, I think, and even aluminum have a better feel than a carbon bike. And I've only owned one carbon bike, but it's just a different animal. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off and I'll start it up.